Hi, welcome everyone to the final of this season, Owatonna Wrestling Weekly podcast, the season finale. So if you're binge watching, binge listening to it, you can finally do other things with your life besides just watch us talk. But first off, I'm going to thank the Flemke Insurance Agency once again for their sponsorship and support of the Owatonna Wrestling Association, as well as this podcast. Thank you to Ben Flemke and his staff that's always looking to do the dirty work for you in terms of finding the best possible deal for home, auto, business, whatever your insurance needs. Flemke Insurance Agency. Thank you. Yeah, so like I said, last one of the season.
Yep.
We have a lot of things coming up. What's this weekend?
This weekend we got state freestyle and greco over in Rochester. As of right now, I'm estimating about between 9 and 13 kids going over to wrestle greco and freestyle together. Some will be just wrestling freestyle, but we got the guys that are doing the combos, and got a couple guests today that did very, very well this last weekend at the freestyle greco combo in Hutchinson.
Nice.
This weekend was a great weekend for our wrestlers in Hutchinson. I have never been to a tournament in the 20 plus years I've coached where I had every kid place first.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've had one kid go and take first, but I've never had multiple kids and all of them place first. So
wow.
They all placed in greco too, where we don't really just work on greco stuff.
Yeah.
So it was really good.
Oh, that's good.
Nice. But we'll get into that later.
Awesome. Okay. Well, sounds good. Also, we recently had our Owatonna Wrestling Banquet at the Eagles Club. Thank you to the Owatonna Eagles. They put on a great spread.
Yeah, the tacos were awesome.
Double barrel taco bar. Very efficient, very well done there.
Yes.
And,
thank you very much.
Yeah, we appreciate that. And appreciate everyone who came out, not just the parents of the wrestlers. We had a lot of community members that came out as well. And so that was always great to see a lot of familiar faces in the Owatonna Wrestling family. I'm going to just kind of do a quick recap of some of the people we honored that night. First off, we like to start with our captain, and we're saying goodbye to Grant Lauer, who's off to Bemidji State to play football.
Yep.
And that'll be awesome for him. And I think he's going to kind of build himself out of wrestling parameters because they want him,
Bigger.
pushing 300.
Yep.
But yeah, good for that guy.
And I have to say on the side note, I do see him. When was it? I think it was Sunday morning. I'm at the gym. Who comes walking in but Grant at 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning? A high school kid in the gym, and the kid's well-rounded, polite, just happy. I've never really seen the kid in a bad mood.
No.
I mean, yeah, there's probably times at wrestling that he gets a little frustrated, but the composure that kid holds, he's going to go places. So I'd just like to say to his parents, you raised a fine young man there.
Absolutely. One of the most coachable kids, and already just such a good decision maker.
Yes.
Yeah, and humble too.
Yes.
Always looking to improve and wants to know what he can do. And it's tough to say goodbye to Grant and then Justin Gronley too, our seniors. And then this was a cool part. So the academic award winners, we had over 20 wrestlers that got academic awards out of 29. So that's an awesome thing. So in our gold, our highest level of GPA, we had Chase Grunwald, Logan Risser, Carter Flatland, Logan Petrowski, Isabel Townley, Max Flemke, Grant Lauer, Hunter Theobald, Wyatt Frantessel, Blake Fitcher, Lane Karsten, and Parker Casas. That's a lot of kids with GPAs pushing 4.0 right there.
And that's quite something to have a GPA like that and be in sports. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you got more than just worrying about your grades. You're worrying about other things going on and life itself.
Yeah, absolutely. And then more kids. These are the Silver Team Award winners. We had Jacob Ricks, Peyton Gleasing, Nathan Gronley, Justin Gronley, Caden Keller, Ryan Feltz, Lucinda Ornelas, Trey Hyatt, Aaliyah Fisher, Caden Lindquist, and Colton Glende. So, yeah, like I said, I mean, that's a ton of kids that have their head on straight and have their priorities right. And we love doing that and honoring them first and foremost. We had some, I'm not going to go over necessarily the stats too much because we had some guys break the 75 career win threshold. That was Blake Fitcher, Trey Hyatt, Lane Karsten. Lane Karsten also took home the most team points scored with 189. RJ Renardi with most pins at 20. Most takedowns, Caden Lindquist. We finally broke the 100 takedown threshold, which we were really focusing on, and he did that with 143. And then what I wanted to kind of get to were some of these awards. The most improved senior, Grant Lauer, just in general. He went from, I mean, just not just a body transformation, but just what kind of wrestler he became as a freshman. He was new to the sport, a heavyweight, kind of still had the little kid body going on. But he worked his tail off, and all 50 of his wins came in his last 2 years. Ended up being a section champ, 2-time all-conference. I don't think anyone would have guessed that, like watching his freshman and sophomore years. So that's amazing, and he's kind of a shoe-in for that award. And then the workhorse awards, these ones are near and dear to my heart. I split them up into the upperclassmen and then the lower classmen. These are the kids that, from an integrity standpoint, they do the right thing when no one's looking. They are working hard at all times. They are listening attentively. They are helping the coaches to make sure people are listening and working on what they're supposed to be working on. Never dog it in relays or anything like that. That's so for the upper class, we have Grant Lauer, Lane Karsten, Peyton Gleasing, and Parker Casas. That's the Workhorse Award. For the younger guys, for the Workhorse Award, we had Logan Risser, Max Flemke, Trey Hyatt, Carter Flatland, Riley Krieger, Aaliyah Fisher, and Colton Glende. So congrats to those guys. You make the room better. And along those same lines, the Sportsmanship Award, we call it the Authority Sportsmanship Award. This is not just like sportsmanship towards the other team, but how good they are on the bench, how encouraging they are in the room, in the locker room. These are just, in pro sports, you say like, he's a real good locker room person. Yep. So we had Michaela Salee, Carter Flatland, and Landon Vavra. And then on the Youth Service Award, donating their time to the Friday Night Rumbles, to extra shifts when it comes to like the tournaments we host, things like that. We had Caden Keller, Ryan Feltz, and Riley Krieger. And then kind of a lifetime. So we have the OWA Service Award. Typically it's like on an annual basis, like who contributed the most. But with the retirement, kind of finally hanging up his scoreboard acumen, we had Mr. Fred Von Ruden with 60 plus years of dedication towards the sport. So we just thought, you know what, we need to honor that guy at the very least.
And it's not just our sport.
Yes.
I mean, it's across the board.
Right. But I mean, like the administration, everyone, let us know that, of any sport, wrestling needs to be the one to really do right by him. Yep. So we missed him so much this year too. In his first year, with the transition to the new high school, man, it would have been so much easier with him. Yeah. So we felt his presence not being there. But so thank you to Mr. Fred Von Ruden for all you've done.
Thank you very much.
That's incredible, and that's what this community is all about. So, thank you to everybody along those lines. I think otherwise I've kind of gone over from a season recap standpoint how we did. We had 5 people go to state, 6 all conference. We finished 3rd in the Big 9, 3rd in sections as far as our seed. Both of those were up 1 to 2 positions over the last couple of years. Sections would have been a little bit different had Albert Lee, as they're peaking, not moved back up to AAA. Not going to use that excuse though. No. I I like a tougher section.
Yeah.
I want our section to return to
Section 1.
yeah, like A and double A.
Yep.
I mean, section 1, A and double A are just nasty, and that's exciting, and that's where we want to get, as well. I don't know if you saw, some kids might be wearing them this weekend, but at sections there was a section 1 versus the world T-shirt.
Oh,
which I thought was
didn't
pretty
see that.
sweet. Okay, so yeah, at individual sections they were selling those. And like,
okay.
that's awesome because we pride ourselves down here in southeastern Minnesota on our wrestling. So awesome. Well, we have quite a few guests today, so we're going to get to those. So we'll be right back with our first guest.
All right. Well, we're back here. We got the little freestyle Greco part going right now. We got Asher Johnson.
What's up?
He's ready and raring to go on this on the podcast here. So Asher, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been wrestling?
Well, I've been wrestling for about 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah?
4 or 5 years?
What got you into wrestling?
Yeah.
Well, my brother always did wrestling, so kind of my dad wanted me to do wrestling, and I wanted to do wrestling.
You didn't want to follow your sister in gymnastics? No? She's a pretty good gymnast, ain't she, though?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Wait, who's your brother?
My brother is Landon Johnson.
Oh, Landon Johnson,
okay.
2-time state champ, 3-time state finalist, huh?
Yep.
Okay, well, so he's okay, right?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
But you're gunning for his records, though, ain't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we thought.
There you go.
You got a lot more time to accomplish more than what he did.
Probably.
Yeah, you stick it out and you keep working like you are. So this weekend we went in and you wrestled was it your first Greco tournament this year?
Yes, that was my first Greco tournament.
And how did you do?
I did good. I got first place on my Greco tournament.
Yeah. And what moves did you use to get first place? What did you do?
I mostly did like a snap down, go behind.
Yep. And then what did you do when you got behind him?
I usually did a gut wrench.
Yep.
Gut wrench or like a high gut, but that didn't work very much. But
Nope, it didn't.
But usually I did a gut first.
Yep, did a gut. And then right after we got done with the Greco tournament that you placed first in, what did you do next then? Because it was 2 tournaments in one day, right?
Yes.
So we wrestled freestyle. How did you do in freestyle then?
I did second.
You got second place, yep. And what moves did you do in freestyle then?
I think my best move was blast double.
Yep.
Just right at him. And then I probably did a leg lace.
Yep,
the best.
you got it. Yep.
The top.
Yep, you did a leg lace and you teched the guy with that, if I remember correctly. You just boop, 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 and it was over.
Well, I don't. Yeah.
No, because we went out of bounds, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then we had to go back in and then we got
And
it.
then he got 4 points on the cross.
Yeah.
But I still won.
But you still won, yeah.
Still won.
You still won.
That's all that matters.
So what do you do besides wrestle?
Well, I do football. I've done football and I've done baseball in the summer. I haven't done baseball in a while, but football I did for a while.
Okay. In the fall you do football. Okay.
What position do you like in football? I mean, I'm sure you play a lot of them, but
I like tight end. I like defense. Well, I like
I don't play football. You gotta tell me. I don't know.
Right end.
Right end.
Right end or left end.
Okay.
At football, and then quarterback's pretty good too.
Yeah.
oh, nice. Okay.
All right. So what type of music? We're gonna go way out of wrestling now. What type of music do you listen to?
I usually listen to I like country. I like
Okay.
like pop kind of.
Okay.
Like
Whatever your sister makes you listen to.
Do you have like a favorite band or artist?
favorite band or artist. I mean, I like Michael Jackson a lot.
Oh,
Gosh,
Jesus.
yeah.
So-
Awesome.
No, that's I know a lot of people that he did have some good music. He did.
Yeah.
Can you do the
That's pretty
moonwalk
good.
like him?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of
Of
course.
course.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
what do you like to eat? I mean, you need to eat more, but what do you like to eat besides candy? What's your favorite food?
Okay, my favorite food is hamburger helper.
Hamburger helper. Okay.
My favorite place to go to eat is Hardee's.
Oh, get to go to Hardee's.
Nice.
Yes, that's my favorite place to eat.
Does your brother take you there, or does your dad?
my dad
Your dad
usually
takes you
takes
there.
me
Okay.
there.
Does your mom know you go there?
Yeah,
No.
she takes me there.
Oh, she does too? Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. What else do we got for you? Oh, are you going to wrestle in state this weekend?
Oh yes, I will be wrestling.
Are you going to wrestle Greco or just freestyle, or are you going to wrestle both? Both. All right.
Nice.
And then if you place at state, are you going to wrestle at regional nationals then the following weekend?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you place, you might as well go see if you're out of the regional nationals, out of the region, the big region of the 7 states. You might as well see if you're good enough there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you are. I think you'll do great. I think that Greco is coming along pretty good for you.
Yeah.
Did you wrestle Min USA State or NY State?
I did not this year.
Okay, gotcha. Just kind of
I
enjoyed.
wrestle in the future, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably. Yes,
Were you?
I will.
I think weren't you watching your brother
Yes.
during one of them
I
tournaments?
was.
I think you were out,
Oh, okay.
out watching your brother somewhere.
At the Big 12 championship, probably.
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 Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Got it.
Well, this is Asher Johnson. He's one of the future of Owatonna wrestling.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You are. He's our future, and I also want to say, hey, thanks to your dad for all he does for the wrestling program too.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for him, I mean, he's one of the main keys to our program, also,
Yep.
right? So,
Yep.
we got 2 questions I got to ask you. Do you have a girlfriend?
I do not.
You do not.
I could get one.
You could? Oh, okay.
Swagger right
No.
there.
Okay, since you don't have a
right.
girlfriend, do you have anybody out here that you want to, say hi to and say thanks to? Do you like your mom,
Well,
your brothers, your sisters?
I like to get a shout out
Yeah.
to my partners,
Oh,
to
okay.
the Owatonna Wrestling.
Okay.
I like to get a shout out to my brother,
Okay.
and then to my mom also.
Okay.
To my dad.
Your dad.
Also. And the Owatonna
You
Wrestling.
forgot somebody in your family.
My sister.
There you
also.
go.
There we go.
There you go. There you go. Yep. Anybody else?
The Owatonna Wrestling Association.
Jeez, we got a PR guy here.
Jeez, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Ash, for coming, and then hopefully, we do well at state this weekend coming up, right?
Yup.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming on to the podcast.
Let's go.
Let's go. Asher Johnson, folks.
We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to another Owatonna Wrestling Weekly podcast. Coach Derek Johnson here with Coach Gabe Hubden and with Mr. Miles Aase, 8th grader. How we doing, sir?
Good.
Good. So I'm going to let Coach Hubden take the reins here, a big freestyle Greco kid in between us.
Oh
here.
yeah. So another one of our guys that did very well this weekend at our Greco tournament, Mr. Miles here. So Miles, what got you into wrestling? We'll start it off with that question. What got you into wrestling?
Well, I've been wrestling since preschool because my brothers were in it and it looked fun.
Yeah.
And your brother's names?
Parker and Hudson.
Parker and Hudson. Okay.
Yeah.
And they were wrestling, and you just got drug along, and you decided, hey, I'll give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you've been wrestling since preschool, so you've been wrestling about 7-8 years then,
Sure.
roughly about then. Okay. How long have you been wrestling Greco?
2 years.
2 years of Greco. Okay. So you've been wrestling folk style the most of it, and then freestyle on top of that. Freestyle wrestling. How long have you been doing that?
2 years.
Okay. 2 years. We had a pretty good season last year, and how did you do last year at regional nationals in freestyle?
I didn't place.
How'd you do in Greco?
I got 5th.
Okay. And now this year, we were just at this tournament last weekend in Hutchinson. We had Asher on before, as everybody will see that. He took first at Greco. How'd you do at Greco?
I got 1st.
Got first. So our lightweights are doing some throwing and and winning at Greco, and freestyle didn't go as planned. But I mean, we still put in our time, and you ended up in 4th place. What part of freestyle and Greco is it that you enjoy the most?
It's different, so like makes it kind of more fun for me because you get to switch it up than just the regular like folk style.
Yeah.
And throwing people.
You enjoy doing the throws, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What 2 throws did you you actually got a 5, and that's rare to get. What did you throw to get a 5 this weekend?
Like a suplex kind of.
Yep.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. So if anybody wants to see a video, he's got it, and it's good. He tippy-toed right to the edge of the mat, so the kid had no chance to counter on him, and just launched him right out of the bounds and got 5 for it, and it was very impressive.
It looked like a full-blown, like, as though your name was like Azhnikov.
Yeah.
Because it looked Russian,
Yep.
and you just went for it.
Yep, it's like one of them highlight videos you see on Flow Wrestling or stuff. A guy who picks a guy up, walks towards the edge of the mat, and just launches him.
I was like, is that mini Pat Downey? Is that who that? You didn't have the tattoos, but you have the hair, so I'm sure.
So Miles, off of wrestling right now. So you have 2 brothers. Any sisters? Nope, just 2 brothers and mom and dad, right? Okay. What's your favorite music you enjoy right now? What's on your what do you call it? Your Spotify or your
Playlist.
Pandora, your playlist?
I don't know, like a lot of, it depends. If I'm like golfing or like chilling, I'll do a different playlist than if I'm before a wrestling match or anything.
Okay, so what type of music is
Like,
it?
I don't know.
Is it country?
No,
Is it rock?
no,
Classic rock? Rap?
no, I don't know.
Hip hop?
Like what
A
artist?
mix. I don't know, just a mix.
Just everything?
All
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. I got you.
Okay,
Yeah.
Taylor Swift and the Beatles. Okay.
Yep.
So,
All right.
Well, and what else do you do? For sports, I see in all kinds of different sports. Like, what are you doing right now? Also,
golf.
and I'm sure you shoot under 70 every round, and
Under 70 on a par 3.
on a par 3, yeah, on 9 holes. And then in the fall, little wide receiver football.
I don't know.
You're not going to be
I
a
don't
whiteout anymore? You're finally growing. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the whole, when you were like 4'11" and a little whiteout, it was like Steve Smith Jr. out there just running around. So that's pretty sweet.
What else do you do? I hear you play an instrument.
Yeah, I play violin.
Okay, you play violin, you golf, you wrestle, you play football. What am I missing? There's got to be something else. Is there anything else in your life that you do?
No.
Knitting?
You did it this weekend.
This
You have your own
weekend?
Instagram page for
Oh,
it.
photos.
You're a photographer too.
Yeah.
All right. It just does everything.
Yeah.
Do you ever get a chance just to relax? Or do
No.
you don't like to relax, do you? Kind of
I
like
don't
me,
know.
you got to go, go, go.
I like to have some days off.
Yeah. So what do you do when you're on your days off?
Sleep.
Sleep?
Take a nap.
Take a nap. All right. What? Okay. You're another one off the bat. What's your favorite food?
In or out of wrestling season?
Both.
In, granola bars. Or
Okay.
like any protein like bar kind of. Or out of season. Well, and in season like pasta and stuff.
Okay.
I like that. And then out probably Oreo McFlurry with cheeseburger, fries.
So I'm guessing Dairy Queen's your favorite restaurant?
Or McDonald's Oreo
Oh,
flurries.
okay.
They're pretty good. McDonald's fries are pretty good. Their burgers aren't really good, but Culver's are. I like Culver's too. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So favorite restaurant overall, everything. What's your favorite restaurant?
Depends what I'm feeling. Like chicken or burgers or
Okay.
probably either
Chick-fil-A, huh?
Cane's or
Oh, yeah.
Culver's.
Okay.
Or Texas Roadhouse.
Oh,
That's
that's a good place.
yeah.
Yeah.
The buns. Yeah.
Nice.
So this during freestyle season, what else are you doing? Are you hitting the weight room this summer? Are you going to be hitting the weight room?
Yep.
What weight do you want to be coming in? What do you want to be weighing when you come into the high school season next year?
Like around 100 probably.
You're going to try and get up to 100 because what are you at right now?
Like 93.
Okay, 7 pounds of muscle. That's feasible. I think you could do it. I think you can get up to about 104. Mm-hmm. That would be a lot better if you could get them 4 more pounds on you. That ice cream will help.
Yep.
Yep. Gotta live 4 days a week.
Yep.
To get huge. Nice. Well, do you have any shout outs you want to say hi to today?
Well, I didn't get to ask my question.
Oh.
Before that. You got a
No.
girlfriend? No. That was
Okay.
quick. All right. Do you got any shout outs you want to?
No, not really.
Not to your mom who drives you everywhere and your dad who follows you?
Sure. Mom and
Better tell them
dad.
that.
Mom and dad.
Okay. Your brothers?
Brothers.
I'm sure they're going to be watching this.
Dogs.
The dogs?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, we got Miles Aase this weekend wrestling Greco and Freestyle State, and we'll see how he does there. And hopefully we'll get him out to regional nationals again. So, well, thank you for coming on,
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Well,
All right.
Miles Aase.
Sounds good. We'll be right back with our third guest. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to Owatonna Wrestling Weekly Podcast. We are here with another 8th grader, very seasoned wrestler, Mr. Colton Glende. How are we today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Good. So, Glende, you may have seen up at varsity this year, putting in a lot of time. How did your season end up?
I ended up pretty good. I took 3rd at regions with a pretty stacked bracket.
Yeah,
But
2 ranked kids, and took 3rd to Sheehan and Corman as an 8th grader.
Coming off injury, that was good to get back in there.
Yeah, you got injured against JT Hausen in our farewell home duel, and then about how many weeks was that before you could get back on the map?
Roughly 2 months.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. So, I feel like we held you out for Casson still, or you were ready to come back, but then you got sick for the Casson tournament. So,
No, it was for Mayo.
oh,
I
that's
was
right.
sick for Mayo.
Sick for Mayo. Okay. Yep. And then, was Maple River kind of like your first big one back?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. No, that was good. Got a lot of matches in that day.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. So Colton, 8th grader, wrestled 139, 145, probably could have been 133.
Maybe.
Yeah, but, either way, kind of just went wherever we needed you. Did a lot of dirty work, like against Zane Engels at team sections, like against, did you have Corman for the Elberly home duel too?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So sometimes that stuff isn't glorious, but at the same time, like it's for
Whatever
the team.
helps
And,
the team. Yep.
yeah, and you've always been like that. You were part of our workhorse award, and that's always great. Great academics. So you came over from Medford, right?
Yes.
What was kind of your primary decision?
Well, I think just with the new school and everything, and last year it was like I kind of felt like I was going to stalemate. I was running out of partners. A bunch of the seniors were graduating, and
Yeah, and you're a top tier student, and that's something a lot of people don't realize or maybe appreciate out there in the community is Owatonna academics are a shining beacon and have been now for, we would like to think forever, but really a big push is when we turned a few schools into STEM schools and things like that. And now with the new high school, and your sisters are coming over now too.
Yep.
Gotcha. What sports are they in again?
Basketball, volleyball, and softball.
Okay. And what other ones do you do?
I'm a football player and also a baseball player.
Gotcha.
Jeez. 3-sport athlete here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So along those lines, what do you do? I feel like you're another one of these kids that doesn't really take a break ever.
No, when I'm usually not doing sports, I like to hunt and fish a lot.
Yeah. and probably a lot of chores out there in the homestead. Yeah.
So what do you have what do you have? I mean, I don't know. So what kind of farm do you have?
Well, it's not really a farm, but we have 11 chickens, 2 dogs, and 3 cats.
Okay. Well, you get a lot of eggs then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Constantly picking eggs every morning, don't you? Yep. Okay. So how many sisters and brothers do you have?
I have 2 younger sisters.
2 younger
in
sisters.
7th and 6th grade currently.
Okay. All right. What else do we have?
What kind of spring extra wrestling did you do this year?
I've done a little bit of freestyle and stuff. I went with the 8th grade team to our state.
The NYWA.
Yep.
Yeah.
I took 3rd as an individual in my quarterfinals match. Should have been the finals.
Yeah. Yep. There's a lot of matches that first day.
Yeah.
Like
rough.
3 for team and then 3 right into individual that night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that kid was coming off his first match. That was his first match.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And, like your parents said, they, with your injury this year and, missing 2 months of the season, that was kind of like your primary focus for doing a lot of spring was just, you felt like you needed to make it up, So I appreciate that.
Yeah. And coming off an injury is hard. I mean, you're out of shape. Even though you might be in shape, there's a whole different ball game to be in wrestling shape.
Yes.
And that's a tough injury too. Yeah. What exactly was it?
It was an upper pectoral tear.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So, and you're a cradler. I mean, you'd think that's even tougher.
Yes.
And just to get that trust back. So, what did you do? Physical therapy wise, or whatever.
There's really nothing you can do for that. You just gotta rest. And then move it every now and again so you don't get frozen shoulder.
And this kid, I mean, we're doing relays and you're literally running with one arm because you want to do sprints with us and everything. And it was just like, he was one of those that it was like, we had to hold him back as a staff because otherwise he would want to just go. So that's good to see too. I mean, you weren't milking it by any stretch of the imagination. You were, if anything, like just chill, dude. But no, I appreciate that. So
here we go with the questions.
Yeah.
Favorite food?
In season or out of season?
Both.
In season, it's a lot of chicken and rice.
Okay.
Just got to make 39.
Okay.
And then out of season, I love tri-tip.
Okay. From the Medford Meat Locker at Grandpa's Meats there. Oh, there's a shout out. Yes, that is very good. That's all season for me. Anytime I can throw it on the grill, anytime the weather permits. Favorite restaurant?
Probably B-Dubs.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
All right. How about your playlist right now? What are you into?
A lot of country music.
Country? Like the new stuff or like Waylon and Johnny or the Morgan Wallen?
Probably about like Morgan Wallen, Blake Shelton and stuff like that.
The newer stuff. Okay. All right. Girlfriend? No. Okay. Do you got any? I'm getting to know him. I mean, he's only been in a couple of my practices. Junior high didn't last too long with me. He was gone. Yeah. Freestyle and then baseball started. So I mean, he was only been to a couple practices and then baseball started. So I'm getting to know him, and I didn't have much time this year. So
well, I think this is probably something that's at the forefront. What would you say are like your high school goals in these sports? Your timeline.
Football, it's just got to get our team to state. Got to get there. And same thing with wrestling, but I want to get top 3 at least.
Yeah, there you go.
Make it as an individual.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And baseball, we have a pretty decent team.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be playing third and catching tomorrow.
Okay.
Gotcha. Nice. Yeah, he's a very driven kid. Your sisters even talked about how many pages you read. Like you're
a
just
lot.
Yeah, an absolutely voracious reader. See, that's a big word. I was an English major. So yeah, that all of that. It's great to have you. It's great to see how you rub off on the kids and keep them focused too. So.
And from what I'm learning just from sitting here, his work ethic is phenomenal.
Yep.
put your work ethic in all the other kids, and you're only in 8th grade with that work ethic. That's quite something. Mm-hmm. So you keep up the hard work, and good things will come.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, and we're going to kick you out so you can hit the weight room here. But thank you so much for being on, sir.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you to the Flemke Insurance Agency once again for your sponsorship this year, as well as Summer Media Solutions for their sponsorship earlier in the year. And everything Scott Summer does, because he does a ton for us.
Thank you, Scott.
And yeah, that's been another successful season for the Owatonna Wrestling Weekly podcast. And we will be back again late October, early November, around there.
Give the wrap up of how the freestyle season ended.
Yeah.
And on that note, I do know we got a couple high school kids that are going to actually, one hopefully gets released. He's going to shoot for the Fargo team. So
by released, you mean medically? And that was Lane Karsten with some severe foot injuries through sections.
So and he's got the drive. I mean, he's been talking to me. He goes, once that doctor releases me, and we'll find out tomorrow. He's gonna shoot for it. He's got a very short window.
Yeah.
And with the drive, I think he has. And maybe we'll get a couple more out to Fargo. We already got one qualified, so maybe we'll get some more out there.
Awesome. Sounds great. Yeah, we'll keep everyone updated on, the Facebook page and Instagram, I'm sure. So look out for that. And thank you to the entire Owatonna wrestling community. We are fortunate. We are extremely glad to have you. And let's keep packing the stands and outnumbering home teams. I always love that. Yep. That's good to see. And honestly, I want a bragging right for you guys. Out of all the sports here that we hosted home meets, Owatonna Wrestling drew the biggest crowds against boys basketball, girls basketball, volleyball, both in ticket and concessions money.
Yes.
So, we dwarfed everyone. So, that's the way it should be. Love
Thank
that.
you.
Awesome. All right. Well, take care, and we'll see you soon.
See you next year.